Wilson Rouse from Black Women TV. We're talking to the family, from Bel-Air. How's it going, everybody?
Fantastic.
Hey,
hello.
So what are we getting? Obviously, we can't say a lot because we want everybody to enjoy week after week what's going to happen. But what are we getting more this year now that we're settled? We're season 2. Sometimes I think with the first season of any show, it's all about introducing characters. And I think when people see that there's a season 2, they now can get invested in the show as well as the characters they're playing. So I'm going to start off with you, Cassandra. What are we getting this year?
Listen, you're getting more nostalgia. You're getting some amazing cameos. You are getting some breakdowns, okay? Some serious character breakdown moments, but you also have some amazing sexy moments, some amazing moments of like dance and culture. It's checking off a lot of the bingo parts, right? Okay,
absolutely. I think so. Yeah, it brings a lot new, more family dynamics. With Will leaving the Banks house, we just start this season with us trying to figure out that whole situation, trying to get him back.
And I would say you can expect more love. Hilary and Jazz are booed up, and that's going to be a sight to see.
We're also getting more drama, so Coco, obviously we can't say much what's going on with your character, but how invested are you personally in the social world?
In Hilary's social world?
Hilary, how do you relate to the character now? Obviously with Hilary, she's all about, the gram and being all out there. Then you as an actress, how are you invested in the social world compared to Hilary?
Oh, I think me and Hilary are pretty similar when it comes to our investment in social media. We both are businesswomen, and I look at social media like a tool for success. And I always have a respect for it. And I try to learn and, elevate my posting game, my analytics, and really look at it as a strategic tool, just like Hilary.
Akira, you have the pleasure of working with Tatiana. Obviously, It was a joy when they announced that she was coming back. Well, she's coming on the show, not coming back. So what was that feeling like to have to work with her?
I mean, it was such an iconic moment for me, and I was so happy that when I found out that I'm getting to work with her. She basically told me that I was on the right path to playing Ashley and that she was proud of me. And honestly, hearing that from her was such a memorable moment for me because that just let me know that I'm doing good.
And Cass, obviously, we saw your character get invested in the art world. So you as a person, are you as invested in your art world as your character?
No, I paint as a hobby. I love it as a form of expression. I feel like I hunger for bright colors. So it's really therapeutic for me. But Vivian, I think, does it from a place of activism, from a place of trying to allow women to take up more space, and from a place of trying to put the light on other artists at the same time. So we're very different when it comes to, visual arts, at least. Yes.
But there's going to be a point in time where people just really know the character and they expect you to be like the character. So when they start coming up to you, it goes, I'm going to this place right now. What kind of art should I get? Do you know any of those names or anything like that?
Oh, listen, I come from one of the most well-respected visual arts families in the country. It's called the Kinsey Collection. They collect, they're one of the biggest African-American and artifact collectors. So I know lots of art. I grew up with an Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. So that is absolutely my life. I feel like that's why this role came to me, because I have such a love for visual artists, from Jonathan Green to, oh my God, so many brilliant people are running through my head right now. That's my love. Look, I'm trying to develop a talk show right now where I bring people on, talk about brilliant artists while we paint at the same time. So that's my love.
For people who are now going to get into the show, because obviously Peacock is still growing, and for those who did not catch up on season 1, but now they know there's a season 2, so they know the show is stable. What do you say to people in terms of why they should be watching the show? Because it has nothing to do with the Fresh Prince. It's something new and there's more programs, but this particular show, is starting to grow more. Anyone can answer that.
I think that fans would love to tune into a show like Bel-Air because we really strive for authenticity and to be modern, to touch on all types of subject matters that real humans in our demographics go through on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's what a show should do. At the end of the day, it's entertainment and it's art, and it's supposed to make the viewer feel connected and feel heard. And that's why I feel like fans would love Bel-Air, because we do that every episode.
I also just want to add to that. I think everyone who's in this show has such a beautiful spirit. And I don't know what it is. When you watch this show, I feel like it feels like a healing balm, So it's giving excitement, nostalgia. It's also giving that feeling of like that show that you watch and you can feel good at the end of it, even though it gives all this drama. And I think that's why people craved it and missed it so much when it's gone, because I think this show fills a gap of TV that does not exist anywhere else. No other show on TV does exactly what we're trying to do in the world. People love saying Black excellence and all that, but no one does it like we do it right now.
You're doing it right. Congratulations on the season 2. Keep it going. I'm sure people are looking to tune in week after week. I know I will be, so take care of yourselves.
Thank you, Wilson. Always good to see you.
Wilson Morales, Black Freeman TV. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Again, sir?
Nice to see you.
The good thing about watching the show is that we don't know what we're going to get out of all 3 of your characters, because you're forever switching up, so from what you can say, what are we expecting from, Jeffrey, Carlton, and Philip, because there's never all one love at any given time. There's always drama, but somehow they make it work. I'm going to start off with you, Adrian.
Yeah, well, I mean, the characters are all, flawed, and we're all navigating through our issues, and so we're just going to continue to show how we grow and get through our, go deal with our problems, and we're, Jeffrey and the brotherhood between Jeffrey and Phil, and how they resolve their differences, and then the kids and Carlton. We're going to definitely be touching on mental health issues and his struggles, and how Phil and Viv can come together as a collective, as parents, and really support. And that's a big theme. Love, support, and the family. His definition of success is taking care of the family. The family is the most important thing for him. So you're gonna see a lot of that this season with Philip.
There's a lot of brotherhood. There's a lot of fatherhood. With you, Jimmy, Jeffrey is like a man of mystery. You don't know what you're going to get. What more can you say?
Well, what I can say is that, you're going to get a tiny window into some of Jeffrey's history. I think how we ended in season 1 is definitely affected Jeffrey and made him think about his own family issues. And so I'm looking forward to exploring that storyline. But also, you're going to see how Jeffrey operates when he's not part of the Banks family, that he still cares, different versions of how he shows love. Do you know what I mean? How he checks in on them, even though his, brotherhood is, I don't know, it's split, it's fractured.
It's fractured.
The journey of healing is going to be very difficult. I don't know if they're going to get back together. You're just going to have to tune in.
And you, Olly, obviously Carlton had mixed emotions from different audiences. First they liked him, then they hated him, and it goes vice versa. You don't know which side he's on. How do you portray this character? How do you see it going?
I think that one of the best things about the way Carlton is written is that, at first you are presented with this character that you don't necessarily like off the bat. You don't agree with how he goes about things, or even a lot of the things that he thinks, right? But as the series goes on and as the season goes on, you really get to see yourself in him. You see elements of him that you identify with, and not just you, just all viewers. The feeling of not knowing your place in the world, and figuring out kind of where you fit in various communities. And to the answer of where do I see him going, I don't want to say too much, because I also think that I love that he's so polarizing, right? At the same time as some people hate him, there are other people that they're like, no, I see him. And what I can say is that him and Will do get along a lot better this season, and that leaves for some really entertaining television. The dynamic between me and Jabari is just so much fun to watch on screen.
The first season of any show is more about introducing characters and whether or not we can get to know more of them. And it's a credit that the show was greenlit for 2 seasons, because it gave time for the writers to flush that out, for 2 seasons. Now that we're here, for you guys who are, constantly on the show, how have you grown as actors, even though you've done other work? But when you're on this particular show, and there are a lot more eyeballs on it, and people are Googling who you are and stuff like that, as you do every different episode with different directors and different writers, how would you say you've grown as actors doing the show? Adrian?
That's a great question. I mean, we've been so fortunate to have incredible directors come on every episode, and the writing is just top shelf. And you know, I've been able to, you know, just really grow through the character. The character that's been written for me is so evolved, and you know, he's wise. You know, he's flawed like we all are. So, you know, I've been able to learn how to deal with, you know, certain issues that I'm going through Phil, and how to be strong, and how to be patient, how to take accountability, how to, you know, just be there for my loved ones, and you know, validate them. And there's just so many lessons and, you know, nuances throughout the show. But we're so blessed to have such great writers and directors, and from head to toe, it's just been an incredible journey. It's been a dream come true for me.
Mm-hmm. And what about you, Jimmy?
Yeah, I've grown in a way that I think doing the work, I've allowed a lot of my personal stuff to sort of spill over into it and use that, you know, and so from being given certain storylines and working with different directors, I think I've grown in terms of a place of vulnerability alongside Jeffrey, and also grown in a way of accepting, allowing, you know, working with it from a place of knowing. Do you know what I mean? Like, we know these characters, so you don't need to push. You know what I mean? You know how he would respond to every situation. I can take a note and try it a different way, but instinctively, we know these characters. They're ours now, you know. And so I've grown in a way of like just enjoying that and allowing that to happen in the moment. It's just been beautiful.
And what about you, Olly? Like I said, you're the chameleon on the show. We don't know what we're gonna get from you.
Thank you. I feel a certain, every single day when I show up to work, I feel a certain mastery of my craft that I am so proud of. You know, I can honestly say what we wrapped yesterday, actually. We wrapped yesterday.
Yeah.
And I remember just sitting there taking stock of the work that I've done this season. I'm like, I've never been able to say this before, but I think every single scene that I shot, I left it all on the table, and I'm so proud of that. I say every single day I'm getting closer and closer to the artist I've always dreamed of being. And that is the most special thing.
That's what
to
it's all
experience.
about.
It really
That's what
is.
it's all about. Yeah.
Congrats on the season 2. Obviously, this is one of those shows that where people anticipate the next episode and the next episode. So it's good that it's on weekly, because we have something to talk about come Monday or come Friday after, you know, at the water cooler, as they say. So keep it going. You know, I'm always here to support. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank
Love
you so
man.
much. Good seeing you, Hudson.